Anyway, PlayStation is in a decline in Japan for PS5s. They reckon that they're going to sell half the amount of PS5s in Japan as the PS4 did. It's a bit of a weird one, this, because PlayStation 5s here in the UK, you'd have to fight someone in the streets if you actually wanted to get one. They reckon it comes down to a few things, and it's weird because they say that they make a comment about the controller and how maybe the Japanese people don't like the controller. The controller's gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with the controller. And the other thing too is that the Japanese-made games seem to be dropping off. Now, PS1 and PS2 era games, the JRPGs, which people loved. I wasn't a big JRPG fan, but there were lots of people who I know loved those JRPGs, especially the Final Fantasy ones, which they were like 50 between the PS1 and the bloody PS2. They've all seemed to dry up, and all the kind of those things that seem to be happening. And then there's a censorship that seems to be happening too with the Japanese games, and the Japanese are kind of not liking it. A while back, we talked about Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball, if you remember that. And that was censored, and you can't buy that. They self-censored the people from Koei Tecmo, if I remember correctly. They censored when it came to Dead or Alive, and it's just mad. It's absolutely mad with it. And there's things like the Demon Souls remake was done by an American company called Bluepoint. Gran Turismo. It seems to have just gone walkies. Yeah, it came out. It's not as stable as I would like a set of games to come out. Forza is a bit more stable, but they're like every 2 years a Forza game comes out of some shape, sort, or description. And if you like Forza, this is great for you. But if you like Gran Turismo, shit for you, because you're looking at the people playing Forza going, where's my fucking Gran Turismo? Yeah, it's mad. So what do you think kind of might cause this nudge?
Well, first of all, have they considered that the drop off has the fact that there's no consoles available? There's no consoles available yet to buy. Of course, there's going to be a bloody drop off. They should maybe review what they're saying. Once more consoles have been made available, more people have bought these consoles, to see if there is actually a drop off.
He absolutely has a point here, because usually when a new console comes out in Japan, you can get it here. Right, it'll be usually a bit more money than it. But even before the official launch, they'll be everywhere here. There is literally 1 or 2 PS5s here, and they are ridiculous money because you cannot get them for love nor money. That means that there isn't stock in Japan. So I think Nigel is bang on the money.
I don't think it's the fact that the Japanese people are saying no to the PS5. I just think there's a stock issue, and there is globally. There's a stock issue. But I agree with the JRPGs. Usually there's quite a few JRPGs. I mean, there's going to be Final Fantasy 16 coming out this year at some point. And I've heard Persona 5, which we can get on our Plus collection. I've heard that's actually a very, very good JRPG. So I'm keen to give that a go. I quite like Final Fantasy games, and this is similar to that. But outside of those, I don't really know of any, but there might be some that are being made specifically just to be released in Japan, like there normally is, you know. But Gran Turismo 7 is probably going to come out this year. Maybe May, I don't know. Maybe, I'm hoping. I skipped the Gran Turismo in the PS4 era because it wasn't the Gran Turismo that I knew and loved from previous gen.
It was they called it Gran Turismo Sport, and it wasn't as that detailed garage drive, run a club sort of thing, build up, and then you have to do that 24-hour marathon thing to get a decent car so you can progress. You know, when you leave the console on all night, what are you doing? Because I'm racing the thing, and it's like you got autoplay and you've put all the options in, and you just leave it on overnight to win you a trophy.
The 24-hour endurance races, yeah. But number 3 was the last one I played. No, actually, that's a lie. Number 3 is one of the ones I put more time into. Yes, I had number 5, I think it is, on the PS3, and that was okay. But but then they went this sport route, like you say, for the PS4, and it didn't have. It was just go race your racing cars, and it wasn't getting your own cheap version of a Nissan Micro or something, or Bluebird.
Yeah,
Kitting it out, doing it up, and then go and race and do your best, and then get a bit of money, and then kit out some more, tune it a little bit, and then eventually get your first places to build up your cash to buy a better car. It didn't have that sense of achievement that it had in the previous games.
I think we call that grind.
It was a bit,
but the thing with that is even with that grind, it makes you have a feeling, a sense of accomplishment, because it's like you might buy the car that you want, and then you might go back and redo those races that you used to get the car, so you can get better brake pads for it, so you can get engine tuning for it, so you can get a better livery on it, or something along those lines. I think it's a mixture of two things with this decline of PS5. I do think that the Japanese market is a little pissed off with American sensibilities winding up in their games. For example, Dead or Alive Extreme. It's like, we just want to play games. If it's got plastic titties in it, it's got plastic titties in it. Yeah. And then the other side of it too is because the Americans may have prioritized the American market, because they seem to be calling all the shots out of California, and the European market, that the Japanese market is falling down, and that's why you don't have as many consoles out. I don't think it's as cut and dry as they'd like. I think that the other part of it too is the JRPGs, because a lot of people I know who love PlayStation, who went on to use Xbox, did it because the JRPGs just went, and they went, oh, I'll go and play this instead.
Well, I do enjoy JRPGs quite a bit, and I'm a bit. The games I like playing the most are RPG games, and I noticed on the Xbox there isn't really many on there that I quite like. I was going through the Game Pass, going, no, I don't really like any of it. The look of any of these RPG games. I'll stick with Gears. So
I like Gears. I do like Gears. I think it's the best Xbox game they've got.
Well, yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, it's not even an RPG. And I do like my RPGs. There was one RPG, Pillars of Eternity, I think, was on the Xbox, and I gave that a go. Played half an hour and went, no, I don't like it. Uninstalled. So I'm actually waiting for Final Fantasy 16 to come out, and I've got my Final Fantasy 7 remake for the PS4, which I'll play on my PS5. That should tide me over a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure soon somebody's going to be, well, for both consoles, really, they're going to be bringing out a bunch of games, mostly just for the current gen now. So